Window open tonight. The Dubs take a third swing at a series win. But the Rockets have young blood, quickly making names for themselves. Bolstered by resurgent vets, Houston has brought the fight and now truly look the part of a #2 seed. Game 7 on TNT. And we welcome you from Houston, Texas, downtown. On a Sunday night, Toyota Center, the home of the Rockets and the home of Game 7 tonight. You're watching the first round presented by NerdWallet. It's the 7-2 matchup. The Golden State Warriors coming out of the play-in to get to the playoffs against the 2 seed, the Houston Rockets, winners of 52 games this year. The winner will advance to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves Tuesday right here in Houston. If the Warriors win, it starts in Minneapolis on Tuesday. And with that, we welcome you. And hi, everybody. Welcome to Game 7. Brian Anderson along with Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Lauren Jabara in just a moment as well. Coach, this will be the 12th time these two teams play this year. Obviously, it's a Game 7 scenario, win or go home. No more surprises. What does each team need to do to advance in your mind?
Well, we got to see if Golden State can solve Houston's half-court defense, especially that zone that they've been throwing at them. Do they have an answer for the two big lineup of Sengun and Adams together? And then for Houston, can Jalen Green do something that at least approximates what he did in Game 2? Because the other 5 games of this series have been a struggle for their young star.
Jalen Green went off in Game 2 on this floor. That was the first Rockets win. Remember, this is their playoff run since 2020. Over on their first possession.
Well, turnover is a big deal in this series. Whichever team has won the turnover battle has won the game.
Ime Udoka now in his second year. Steve Kerr, 2 Greg Popovich disciples. And matching up in a Game 7. Those two matched up in an NBA Finals a few years ago when Udoka was with the Celtics as Draymond Green opens up the scoring tonight with a layup.
Well, rare opportunity for Draymond Green to have Sengun on him and to run the pick and roll that he loves to run with Steph Curry.
Warriors want to run as often as they can, and they push it here. Curry finds Hield in the corner, and now Podziemski will get it organized. Warriors have done a good job in their wins of locking out Stephen Curry as best they can.
Well, especially late in games, they've been able to wear on him a little as Draymond Green knocks down a 3. The Warriors need some of these other guys to make threes. They struggled, had their most three-point attempts in Game 6, but their worst shooting night of the series.
Here's Fred VanVleet, scores the first bucket for the Rockets. What a terrific ad he has been. 9th year in the league. He was undrafted, been a difference maker. He and Dillon Brooks and Steven Adams, those veterans that have bolstered up this very young, very athletic Rockets roster as Brandon Podziemski laces a 3-pointer.
Well, and he gets some space because Sengun guards Podziemski. They want Fred VanVleet on Draymond Green so they can switch all of his pick and rolls. Takes away the best part of Draymond Green's offense.
VanVleet gets Podziemski on his back and draws the foul. Podziemski picks up his first. Warriors winning Game 1 on this floor. Then they won back-to-back games on their home floor in San Francisco, Games 3 and 4. Rockets won Game 2 here and facing elimination down 3-1 as Brooks knocks down a jumper. Stan, facing elimination, this young Rockets team winning Games 5 and 6 as Buddy Hield slashes to the basket.
Wow, I mean, just flew to the rim right there. Not good transition defense by Houston. Ime Udoka did not like that possession.
Jalen Green turned away, Brooks with Hield on him. It's a matchup the Rockets want to exploit, and Brooks can't finish with a left hand. Here come the Warriors.
You see the matchup, VanVleet on Draymond Green.
And Jalen Green checking Curry, and the long arms of the Rockets forcing a deflection and a turnover. Houston ball.
Well, for the Warriors, this is key. Steve Kerr talked about it before the game. In their 3 wins in this series, they've averaged 11 turnovers. In their 3 losses, they've averaged 15 turnovers.
Alperen Sengun. Wide open spaces in there. Green stands tough, but Sengun sticks with it and scores.
Well, you see the Warriors do not double-team Sengun. He's a great passer. They want him to have to go one-on-one and score. He's averaged over 20 in the series, but he has not been very efficient shooting the ball. Draymond Green has been able to make it tough on him.
VanVleet on Curry, almost swiped him. Curry gets it up in time, right at the end of the shot clock, and a bouncing rebound to Jalen Green. That's the first Warriors miss, starting the game 4 for 4. Seems like Houston has dialed into something successful as far as game plan, matchups, the way they want to operate against the Warriors in the last 2 games. And it came at just the right time as they were staring at elimination twice. This is the 3rd chance for the Warriors to close out this series. And Houston puts Golden State in their first win-or-go-home game here tonight. And that's the way it'll be for both in a Game 7 scenario. Draymond Green knocks down another 3, his second.
Wow. Draymond.
Thompson around Jimmy Butler and dunks it through.
Well, you cannot get caught watching the ball when you're guarding Amin Thompson. An absolutely great cutter. Loves those back cuts out of the weak side corner.
Butler misses. Thompson wants to run it and Hield with the foul. And will this be a transition take foul? It will be. James Williams, a quick check with Tony Brothers. And a transition take foul it is. 1 shot technical in the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good call. I mean, especially the second part of it. If they called the initial foul, maybe not. Like if they called this one right here, maybe not. But then when he goes at him from behind, it certainly was.
VanVleet has not missed from the foul line in this series.
23 for 23, and Ime Udoka quickly to Steven Adams off the bench. This lineup has been outstanding for the Rockets.
Listen to this hand, coach. They love him.
Well, absolutely. I mean, they are plus 39 with him on the floor. Or plus 39 with these 2 bigs on the floor together in 75 minutes of the series. I mean, this is just domination.
We usually save the on-off numbers for guys like Nikola Jokic and Stephen Curry as Adams misses. Well, Steven Adams is plus 20 on. The Rockets minus 11.5 when he's off. Shocking numbers thus far. Steven Adams himself in this series in the first 6 games, accumulating a serious plus-minus. Has not been in the minus in any game, and he's plus 53 overall. Kuminga missed the layup. Kuminga getting some early minutes here tonight in Game 7.
It's the only the 3rd game he's played in the series, and the other 2 were when Jimmy Butler was out. He got hurt early in Game 2. Kuminga came in, and then he started Game 3 with Jimmy Butler out. Hasn't played since.
Thompson short. Butler secures the rebound. Kuminga might be attached to Adams' minutes, and he picks up Sengun the first defensive possession. Here's Curry, quick release. Curry in and out. He was running away from it. Had a good look at it. Good rotation, couldn't get it to go, and he is already imploring Kevin Scott to start calling fouls on the swipe down of his hand, that injured thumb. VanVleet, silky smooth jumper.
I'm a little surprised that the Warriors are staying in drop coverage on Sengun with Fred VanVleet, the way he's been shooting the ball. I thought we'd see the Warriors get up more early in the game.
Steven Adams gives Draymond Green room, and he misses a mid-range jump shot.
Well, normally with the two big lineup, the Rockets go to that zone, but they're playing man-to-man right now. Draymond Green can get into some pick-and-roll action with Steph Curry against this lineup.
Nice drop off by Van Vliet. Adams couldn't finish it. All tied at 13. Good pace to this game. It's been a battle of a series. They played 5 times in the regular season because of the NBA Cup scenario. Warriors won the regular season series 3-2, and of course 3-3 here through the first 6 games. 12th meeting of the year. Again to Adams. Kuminga there, disruptive, and it ends up in the hands of Draymond Green. Kuminga, young and athletic. Steve Kerr giving him an early look to see if he can be a factor in this Game 7. Jimmy Butler goes to work, gets in the paint. Extra pass to Podziemski now. Late clock for the Warriors. Got to get one up. Down to 2, and Butler hits. Wow. Turnaround jumper by Jimmy Butler has the Warriors in front.
That is a big-time shot against great Houston defense.
4 out of 6 from beyond the arc. Rockets haven't taken one or made one as Brooks can't secure it on the follow. Here comes Curry.
I like to go to Brooks against Curry. They like that matchup.
Good. To a timeout, Game 7. 3:42 left in the first. It's going fast. It's coming quick. The Warriors and the Rockets. You're watching the 2025 NBA playoffs presented by Google.
Welcome back to Houston. A very fast-moving first quarter three-point game. Warriors up. Now, this entire series has been incredibly physical, but one of the keys tonight for both teams is managing that fine line between intensity and composure. Draymond Green told me this morning, it's a high-emotion game, but I've got to keep my composure in check so my team has something to follow. I'm one of the leaders, and I think I gave them the wrong thing to follow last game. And Steve Kerr told me that's the key to the game, him managing his emotions. On the Rockets side, Dillon Brooks told me bluntly this morning, we can't afford technicals or stoppages. Every possession matters. We need to be composed. We need to be together. And maybe Steven Adams said it best after Game 4, guys. He said, keep it basketball, mate. Don't make the game lame.
I love that line, especially with the Kiwis accent. And you saw those numbers there, the 15 technicals, all the flagrants. Draymond Green alone has 4 at this point, 4 flagrants. And Steve Kerr was concerned if Warriors do advance. You know, you go into a next series, you get 6. On the 7th, it's a suspension. So it's something that Draymond is monitoring, wanting to clean up. And I would say this first window of time, Coach, it has been all basketball.
It has been. And look, I think both teams understand that. It's 2 things. You got to keep your focus on the game itself, and what Dillon Brooks said, you can't afford to give away points in this game. This figures to be a very close game. A couple of technical free throws, things like that, could end up being the difference at the end.
Did you have Pat Spencer as your lone ejection in this series?
Well, I think Pat has been the biggest problem in the series. Everybody else has been good. As Amen Thompson rebounds the Fred VanVleet air ball. And now we are going to see the Houston zone that Golden State really struggled with in Game 1.
Warriors got off to a fast start. 2 of their last 9 and a deflection. Tari Eason, his first minutes on the floor, gives it to Thompson. In traffic, scores. Looney knocked it up and through the hoop. Count that basket by Amen Thompson. And Steve Kerr immediately calls a timeout. Just under 3 to go in the first. Now the Rocket fans starting to make their voices heard. Have Game 7 history, take it back to 2018. Warriors trailed by 11 at the half, but they outscored the Rockets 33-15 in the third. Durant went for 34, Curry 27. Warriors won that game in advance. That was a championship year for Golden State, second of their back-to-back, and their third in 4 years. And you see their matchups in the playoffs, been a familiar matchup. Warriors lead the overall playoff run 48-20. Coach, they met 4 times in a 5-year span in the playoffs between 2015 and 2019. And Golden State won all of those series, 4-0, including 2 title seasons in there. As Curry misses a 3-pointer.
Oh, that's as good a look as he's going to get. A great screen by Moses Moody against that zone.
That's a block by Looney. Adams runs it down, but steps out of bounds. That'll be Warriors ball.
Not surprised. It's not just those 2 guys. Jabari Smith, very long. Tari Eason, Jalen Green. I mean, you look at the length that they have in this zone right here. They're putting Steph Curry's down on the baseline. It's even Steven Adams right now with the body on him. And then Şengün.
Curry's 0 for 3. 2 3-point tries that he missed. And Moses Moody driving on Şengün. A lot of size to deal with. Şengün stands tall. 1 and done for the Warriors. Coached 2 very good defensive teams. The Rockets, 5th defensive rating in the NBA this year. The Warriors were 7th, but they were number 1 once Jimmy Butler arrived.
Exactly. And you see Kevon Looney now being very physical with Şengün. And this is what they've done. They've made Şengün play one-on-one. He's had a couple of buckets, but he's 2 for 5.
Moses Moody for 3. Missed it badly. Adams clears the rebound. It's hard to come by right now. Both teams shooting sub 40%. Green turns the corner, hangs and finishes. Wow! Jalen Green and 1. Explosive to the basket.
Wow, they need to see more of this. Ime Udoka's talked about him needing to get downhill. That is a great finish. Switching this to the left hand to get away from Jimmy Butler. Takes the contact to the head. Is at the line for a possible 3-point play.
Rockets have 19 points, 14 in the paint. As Green cannot complete the 3-point play. Green lit it up in game 2. Jalen Green, the 39 points, at 8 made threes in that game. Buddy Hield for 3, got it. Nice look, nice setup.
Oh. Steph Curry. They're going to blitz every one of his pick and rolls when it's with one of the centers. They'll switch every other pick and roll, but with Adams and Şengün, they're going to blitz him and try to get the ball out of his hands. He's had some success getting around those traps.
That's good travel. Adams, a little hesitant on the pass. Extra steps, and the Rockets turn it over.
See the blitz, but he gets around Steven Adams, which draws actually a 3rd defender, and just great vision to get the ball back to Buddy Hield. They need to get Buddy Hield going. He could really help them. He was 8 for 20 in the 2 middle games of the series when they won games 3 and 4, but he came in only 1 for 11 in the other games from 3.
Green at the center of the hub here, finds Hield again. Tari Eason, an excellent defender, right with him every step. Green's left open, he'll pull it. Green misses. Looney, offensive rebound. Here is Curry, and that one's in and out. Şengün clears.
Boy, Curry's had some good looks.
He's 0 for 4. 3 of those from beyond the arc. Warriors have made 5 threes already, though. Rockets have only attempted 1 3 and missed it. Eason drives on Curry, met with resistance by Looney. And it's Looney, but he's a beast down on the glass. Last shot of the first quarter, it's in! Buddy Hield delivers a big one at the end of the first quarter. And the Warriors go up 4. As Buddy Hield pours one in from 42 feet.
He's got 8 in the quarter. The Warriors by 4.
Officials taking a look if he got it off in time. We can confirm he did. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter in Game 7. You're watching the NBA on TNT. It's brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA.
Get your shooting touch going here in Game 7. A big one for you. How are you able to break down their defense, especially in the zone right now?
Being patient and staying in the court, we'll be aggressive. And playing the game, man. Thank God for this game that we love. And Game 7 that all the dream about. I'm just blessed with the situation right now.
On the defensive side, you held them to only one three-point attempt. Is that part of the game plan? How do you continue to limit them, especially from the outside?
Just limit us as much. Rebounds as possible so that we have kick out threes. We trust our defense. We're going to keep getting styles and keep getting run outs and scoring the ball.
Freddie, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Buddy Hield from the Bahamas. Back in Big 12 country. He starred at Oklahoma. Was the college player of the year. Warriors got him in a trade from Philadelphia, multi-team trade. I think there were 6 teams involved in that deal. Klay Thompson was involved in that as well. Stan, Warriors are his 5th franchise. Hield in his prior 2 games, 4 total points, 0 for 6 from three-point range. He went for 8 in that first quarter. And Hield trying to check Sengun right now.
And the Warriors went to the zone. Green might have gotten away with the travel there, and he's struggling. 2 for 6. The Warriors, he gets the ball in the middle, and he has to try to back down from the free throw line all the time.
Warriors up 4, and Stephen Curry is 0 for 4. Has not scored as Buddy Hield. He is on one right now.
Well, Buddy Hield's a guy who's made among the most three-pointers in the NBA. You see the Warriors in this zone. It looks like a 1-3-1 to start. The slides are the slides of a 2-3 zone.
Hield has quieted down this raucous crowd here in Houston as Brooks misses. Curry with the rebound. Here the groans coming. Lost the handle. Green, late clock, got to put one up. Butler does get it off, and in and out it goes.
Jimmy Butler, that's the second time he's had to throw one up right as the shot clock was running down.
Sengun once again gets a touch. Draymond Green on him this time. Little jump hook is good. Got a friendly roll. Sengun needed that one to fall. He's 3 of 7. He's got 6 points right now.
He's got 6 rebounds. Has been his biggest contribution. Jimmy Butler on the backdoor cut. Great feed from Draymond Green.
Not a whole lot of fouling. Not a lot of stoppages.
Warriors in this zone. Seems to me, even throughout the playoffs, we've seen a lot more zone period in the league as Fred VanVleet dribbles into a 3. I'm a little surprised the Warriors are not up more when they set the pick and roll for Fred VanVleet. He's just coming off and shooting the ball in rhythm from 3. They cannot allow that to continue.
Here's Buddy Hield once again. Here we go. Buddy Hield. He's got another 3-ball. It's a 6-point lead. He answers the VanVleet 3-pointer. Hield's got 13. By the way, VanVleet's 3 was the first made 3 for the Rockets. Smith had it swiped out of his hands by Curry. Smith stays with it though and secures the ball. That's going to be a foul. Loose ball foul on Stephen Curry. Excellent effort there by Jabari Smith Jr.
See the loose ball. Jimmy Butler on the floor. Steph Curry trying to get it, but then ends up just dragging Jabari Smith down.
The Houston ball side out. Sengun and Smith will sit for the Rockets. Amen Thompson back in. Tari Eason returns as well. Low scoring affair. Grinder of a game. Feels like it's going to end up in the 90s.
Well, that's the Warriors game now in the playoffs. If you look, the 3 games the Warriors have won, the combined score was 592. If you go to the other side, the 3 games Houston has won, 672 points. The slower the game is, the more of a grinded out game it is, the better it is for the Golden State Warriors.
That's not to say the Warriors don't want to to run in transition on fast break, but they want to get into their sets as Eason fires up a three, in and out. Curry comes out of the pack. Also to that bouncing rebound.
And Min Thompson is right there.
Thompson, one of the great defenders. He and his brother Asar. They had a nice run with the Pistons. They got knocked out in the first round by the Knicks. But the Thompson twins making a name for themselves. Here's Looney, drops his shoulder. He can match bodies with Steven Adams and scores it off the glass.
I love Steve Kerr's decision to give Looney more minutes. He can match the physicality, and he knows the Warriors game. He's been in a lot of these situations.
Eason drives, lost the handle, and it's into the hands of Curry once again. The Rockets sloppy with the ball. Another Houston turnover. Here's Looney on the rim run, and a foul by Thompson. Good find by Curry. Curry hasn't scored, but he's been a playmaker. And he's got Looney headed to the line now.
Curry is also the leading defensive rebounder in this game right now with 5. He's always been a good rebounding guard. But see, he's been able to get blitzed a couple of times, and Looney can play that game either on the roll or the short roll. He's outstanding. I love this decision to play him.
First one's down for Kevon Looney. And a reminder that the NBA on TNT tonight from Houston, brought to you by Scott's. Feed your lawn, feed it. Kevon Looney, Milwaukee, Wisconsin native, in and out of the rotation. Steve Kerr said, I trust Kevon as much as I trust anybody, especially in a Game 7 scenario. And 1 out of 2, it was Thompson flying high, but he jumped so high, he ended up out of bounds on the landing, so that'll be Warriors ball.
Well, because of the pressure applied there by Brandon Podziemski. If Podziemski doesn't come here, it's just easy for him, but he knows he's got to go get it.
Open look for 3, has to settle for a tough 2. Thompson crossing over a few times, can't get by Butler. He turns him back. 5 minutes into this second quarter. Thompson, a lot of dribbling here. Butler doing all he can to keep the ball out of Van Vliet's hands. Van Vliet falls down, recovers, missed it, and last touch by Butler. That'll be Houston ball. Timeout on the floor. Houston ball when we come back. Warriors lead by 9 in this decisive Game 7 in the West.
We throwing bows on the big bad as shit, swinging the slip like defenders way.
Here as Steve Kerr challenged the out of bounds call, and it ends up being a foul as they went and looked at it on Van Vliet, coach.
Right, it was obviously off Jimmy Butler. He made the challenge because he knows the referees are also able to look at what they call proximate foul.
So it'll be Golden State ball. State Farm audio assist moments ago in the huddle, Steve Kerr.
You guys are doing a hell of a job down here winning the 50-50 ball. That's going to be the key. Great quarter, if we took care of the ball and we just battled 50-50 ball. If we do nothing else tonight, we're going to win this game. All right? Keep fighting for every loose ball and every rebound. Just make simple decisions down there.
Steve Kerr dangerously close to a beat, but he said 50-50 ball. And that was one of his points of emphasis with us before the game today. He felt like his Warriors didn't bring that and win those battles in Game 6.
Well, exactly right. And look, you hear more and more coaches talking about it now. The possession game. Who's going to get more shots, turnovers, offensive rebounds, loose balls. And right now, the Rockets have gotten up 4 more shots, but they're shooting the ball so poorly that they're down in the hole.
On the take off the glass, Butler missed it. Şengün. And Şengün's going to keep his dribble. Nice pass, drops it off to Thompson, who is fouled. That's one of Şengün's gifts.
Wow.
He's only 22 years of age.
This is coming off a spin, though. This is amazing. He spins right to left, and then sees Thompson on the cut, one of the great cutters in the game. I mean, for him to see this pass and just lead him perfectly, highly skilled big guy.
Şengün's averaging over 5 assists per game in this playoff series. He leads the Rockets in points and assists at 6'11". Tomorrow, Knicks Celtics will open up their much anticipated second round series. That's right here on TNT. It'll be followed by the Nuggets and the Thunder, also much anticipated. You can go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app for the NBA playoff schedule. 2 for 2 from the line. Thompson knocks down both. 33-26. Warriors by 7 with the ball. Stephen Curry on the floor, but still has yet to score.
Houston in that zone, but they will follow Curry through unless you specifically have a guy to hand him off to. They don't just let him run through and have Steph Curry be no one's responsibility.
Rockets going over 3+ minutes without a made basket. Moody just missed his second three. And now Green and Şengün, extra pass. Easton in the corner, Cash. Good ball movement, and they find the open man in the corner, Tari Eason.
Again, Şengün making the pass.
Butler take it on Eason. Got a reset here. Rockets are with the Warriors step for step. Butler rises up, jump shot is good. That's a spot.
That's his game right there. Besides drawing fouls, Jimmy Butler very good getting to his spots and being able to elevate. Both teams play in zone. So interesting now in the NBA how much zone we're seeing in the biggest games of the year in the playoffs.
And a major topic in your coaching ranks as Şengün hangs, missed it, puts it back, missed it again. Ball's loose, Butler has it. A lot of contact down there. Green on Butler, and he's surrounded. Who touched it last? That's going to be on Butler's leg, and that'll be Houston ball, and it's another Golden State turnover.
Here's Butler, just go to that.
Over. Thompson being given a lot of space. Here's Green, catch and shoot. Green, no good. Draymond Green with a rebound. 4.5 to go.
Jalen Green made 8 threes in game 2.
Draymond Green on the take, and he lays it in with the left hand.
Being aggressive offensively. Draymond Green into double figures already, coming in averaging fewer than 7 a game.
Coach, he did not have a game in double figures in the first 6 of this series. He's already there in the first half. Podziemski guarding Şengün. Now the help comes. Van Vliet lost the handle. Curry comes away with a loose ball. Warriors up 8 with the ball. Late second quarter, Podziemski finds Curry. Three-pointer, no good, missed it badly.
Jalen Green did a good job contesting.
Curry's 0 for 5, 0 for 4 from three-point range. Eason, no.
You got to feel pretty good if you're the Warriors and you're up 8 and Steph Curry hasn't scored.
Who has been a dominating force in Game 7's past. Podziemski with that strong hand on the left hand, knocks it in. First double-digit lead since the third quarter of Game 4 for the Golden State Warriors. After back-to-back losses, they're on the road in Game 7 with all that championship pedigree, and they're up 10.
That the Warriors would need contributions from, as Shaq calls them, the others. Brandon Podziemski off to a good start. Buddy Hield, the leading scorer with 13, and Kevon Looney gives him a nice lift with his physicality. Warriors up 10. Their defense as has often been the case in this Warriors decade-long run, has been the key factor. Because of the shooting Golden State has had, we've always focused on the shooting of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. But this defense is solid year in and year out, and Houston's seeing it today.
Low-scoring affair. Let's hear more from Lauren Jabara.
Guys, just on that, Jimmy Butler said after Game 6, what do you need from the other guys on this team? He said confidence. Keep them confident. I keep telling him, do what you all are doing. It's not only y'all, but it's on all of us. We're going to win together. We're going to lose together. So keep shooting, keep your head up, and stay confident. You've seen these guys, other guys, knock down a lot of shots tonight.
Thank you, Lauren. Good stuff. And buckets are hard to come by for the Rockets as Buddy Hield laces another one. Hield with 16, and he is the best of the others.
Well, and what happened there, they're in that zone, but as Steph Curry goes through, as they traded him off, Buddy Hield filled behind him and had a wide open look. Steph Curry creates a lot of shots for the Warriors without ever touching the ball.
Draymond Green, what a play. He sends that pass from Sengun, gets the steal now. Hield sets it up, and Hield is all smiles. The pearly whites are out for Buddy Hield. He's got 19 now as he buries his 5th made three. 11 in the quarter for Buddy Hield.
And at this end, it's the Warriors' time to frustrate the Rockets with the zone defense. They've been in this for a long time now, and Houston has not been able to solve it.
A foul by Adams. 12-point Warriors lead. Under 2 minutes to go in this first half. And that's going to be a foul. Draymond Green colliding with
Draymond Green smartly going over to check on Fred VanVleet.
Showing the replays here in the building. Rockets don't see it the way the officials called it.
Ruling on the floor, foul on VanVleet. We're looking at the play for a potential hostile act.
And you heard Tony Brothers, the crew chief, looking at the play for a potential hostile act. And Draymond Green already with 4 flagrants. And that hand to the face, that's what's drawing the attention here.
Right. The foul will stand on VanVleet. Nobody's challenging that. But inadvertent doesn't mean that they can't make the call.
Early in Game 6, within the first 4 minutes, Draymond Green on Jalen Green had a similar kind of swipe to the back of the head. That earned him a flagrant, his 4th of this series. We've had 15 technical fouls, the 4 flagrants.
Here it is. There's the foul on Van.
After review, we have a dead ball. We have a defensive foul on VanVleet and a dead ball technical foul on Draymond. Houston will shoot 1 shot, and then Golden State will get the ball on the side.
You know you're in a fouling position, in a technical awarding position, when the officials call you by your first name.
That's exactly right.
And Draymond gets a T, not a flagrant.
It's just, this one I feel bad for Draymond Green on. I mean, this wasn't Draymond Green trying to start anything. Wasn't Draymond Green arguing. And I think the key right here, as Steve Kerr's talked about, is that Draymond Green doesn't let this difficult call get to him, and he just keeps his composure, which he seems to be doing.
1 shot for VanVleet. Remember, VanVleet was called for the foul.
So interesting, these lineups right now. Houston going big with the 2 bigs and a small Warriors team. Buddy Hield has just gotten it rolling. Fills in behind Curry there. He hit this one to end the quarter. He's 5 for 6 from 3. This is reminiscent of games 3 and 4.
He is smiling ear to ear with the kind of start he's off to right now. Jimmy Butler goes baseline, finds Hield, little side step, got a fly by. Hield hits another. What a half for Buddy Hield. Takes him to 22 points on his 6th made three. He's got 14 in the quarter. And then Thompson just ran out of his shoe.
Well, it's tough for him in the zone with Hield to keep identifying him because the guy they're keying on and following is Steph Curry. You can't be in a zone and follow two guys through unless you're going to play something like triangle and two, which they're not. So Hield able to move to an open spot. Dylan Brooks has to run at him. He just flies by, and Hield knocks it in.
What a performance in this first half in Game 7. Buddy Hield. Green in double figures for the first time this series. Curry with a donut on the board in his 21 minutes. Hield has led the party for the Warriors. Steven Adams knocks down the first. Hey, you can watch hit shows like Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Run It Back featuring Lou Williams, Chandler Parsons, and Michelle Beadle. It's on FanDuel TV, free on all your favorite devices. Adams, 1 out of 2, and Butler with a rebound.
1 out of 2 is about what you would expect. Steven Adams with postseason and regular season, about a 50% shooter.
Draymond Green misses the layup. Adams secures that rebound despite some disturbance from Podziemski. And there's a foul by Thompson.
Follows his own shot, a quick second jump. Great athlete.
Curry's got his first. Stephen Curry drills a long three-pointer, nearly 30 feet. Thompson behind the back. Thompson, wow! What a finish! Oh, Amen Thompson, a spectacular drive to the basket.
This guy is going to be something. He and his brother, think what they've taken on in these playoffs as 22-year-olds. Amen guards Steph Curry, and Asar has to guard Jalen Brunson.
Podziemski drives on Adams, finds Draymond Green. That's well short. Air ball. Shot clock is off. Van Vliet wants to push it though. Clock ticks down to 2, and it's blocked by Podziemski. Curry lets it fly, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. Curry finally drills a 3, his lone basket of the first half. Getting plenty of help from the others though. Buddy Hield goes for 22. Draymond Green into double figures. And the Warriors up 51-39 as we go to the halftime locker room. You're watching the first round presented by NerdWallet to EJ and the gang in Atlanta after this. In the last game of the first round, the Warriors lead it 51-39 over the 2-seed Houston.
Well, they sure did, and the main answer was Buddy Hield, obviously, on the offensive end. But defensively, the Warriors zone is what dominated the Rockets. You see the attention Steph Curry is getting and what that has done to open up other people. He feels like they're swiping down and fouling him. Took him a long time, but he finally got a deep one to go. And we've seen Steph Curry rebound from first halves like this before, Brian, and have big finishes.
Let's check in with Lauren Jabara.
Thanks, BA. Talked to Ime Udoka at halftime. I said, biggest offensive adjustments. They're throwing the zone at you. He said, we have to run off of misses and big focal point. We have to finish even more in the paint. Defensively, I said, please holding Steph to 3. How do you adjust to contain Buddy? He said, we lost him 4 times in the zone. It all comes down to better communication. We need to be talking in our zone.
Great play defensively to start the half, Lauren, and now Hield gets a block on the other side. So these two outstanding defenses. How about that number? The Warriors 67-6 in the playoffs under Steve Kerr when they lead at the half. They are 10-0 in those scenarios against the Rockets. 2 of those wins coming here. Steve Kerr in his 4th Game 7 as the head coach of the Warriors, and is 3-1 at this point. So all the numbers on the Warriors side on the road. Buddy Hield, the most points he's had in a half in a playoff game. Jimmy Butler blocked by Sengun. We got 2 possessions, 2 blocks by the Rockets.
And 1 block by Golden State. We got 3 blocks already in less than a minute. We got 4 blocks.
It's a block party.
In less than a minute. It really is.
Draymond Green drives it. Deflection. Here's Butler. Butler is fouled. Count that basket. No block this time. After 4 consecutive denials. Chance at an and one for Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler here tries to get space. Great block by Sengun, and then Jalen Green to the rim. Draymond Green, a great block. And then Dylan Brooks tries to get a block but fouls Jimmy Butler, and he's at the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Butler into double figures with that basket. On just 9 shot attempts, he's got 11. And the Warriors have opened up their biggest lead, holding Houston to just 39 first-half points. There's not the lowest output in a half by the Rockets in this series. This is reminiscent of Game 1. Houston scored just 34 points in that one. The Warriors won that game as Sengun gets it deep and scores.
Able to find an open pocket in the middle of that zone, right at the dotted circle. Easy for him. Those aren't easy shots, but he's great with that little push shot.
Sengun approaching a double-double. 10 points, 8 rebounds. Going to need a big second half from him. Draymond Green in the corner. There's Thompson with a rebound. Thompson's been a major presence. 12 points tonight. Thompson lowers the shoulder and lays it in. He's turned into the alpha dog here.
Wow. Takes that coast to coast, switches to the left hand. Not only really athletic, very, very strong.
He's an excellent defender. He was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, as was Draymond Green. Green was a finalist. That was won by Evan Mobley. But Thompson giving him some offense here tonight. And Amen Thompson with 14 as we send it over to Lauren.
Guys, I talked to Fred VanVleet this morning about Amen Thompson. He said his competitive spirit is at an all-time high, one of the best I've been around in my 9 years in the league. He's got that fire, that edge, and obviously his athleticism is off the charts. He said, but now everyone's finally getting to see what I've been dealing with in practice for the last 2 years. They gave me him on my first day of training camp last year. We were matched up, so I got to beat up on him a little bit, tease him a little bit, but now everyone else gets to see it, especially on the big stage in the playoffs.
How about that? Thompson in his 2nd year, just 22 years of age. He's from the Bay Area. His family was in San Leandro for the early part of his childhood, eventually in Florida as the Twins started to escalate their basketball talents. Sengun backing down Butler. They air it out. Fires it down the hatch, and the Warriors up 13 now.
Warriors just staying in that zone.
Thompson to Sengun on a rim run, a lot of contact, a foul. Sengun couldn't get it to go, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Sengun coming, knew he had to finish strong, and he did just that, right to the rim. And Sengun finding openings in the middle of that zone.
Draymond made sure he felt that one. Sengun for 2. With his Rockets down 13. Alperen Sengun in year 4 at age 22. He's got the first. And we remind you, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Visible. Score fast speeds and great coverage with Visible. Game 7, the winner will advance to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota eliminating the Lakers in round 1. A Rockets victory today. If they come back to win this game, they would host the first 2 games and would have home court as the better seed. Meanwhile, the Warriors, a 7 seed, would go on the road to Minneapolis to start that series Tuesday if Golden State prevails. On the ground, Van Vliet kept it alive. Thompson out of the pack. Turnover, Jimmy Butler. Here's Şengün, spins, leaves it. Thompson with a dunk. In transition, the Rockets score, and Steve Kerr wants a timeout.
Well, it starts with defense. This is what Houston's leaned on all year, but then they're able to get out in transition. Great pass from Şengün, 8-2, Houston run. Brian, Amin Thompson making his presence felt everywhere, especially around the basket. Through contact, misses, gets his own miss, puts it back. He's bouncing off of Jimmy Butler and finishing, and then takes a great feed from Şengün. 16 points, 6 rebounds, and a steal for Amin Thompson.
Got his parents here tonight. His mom Maya, Dad Troy's father is the agent of the Twins. Amin taken 4th overall back in 2023. His brother Asar, the very next pick, 5th overall. What an incredible story. 2 twins, both starring in the NBA. Here's Podziemski now, coming out of that timeout. A flurry of moves and turns it over. Dillon Brooks with a steal.
A couple of turnovers here for the Warriors. One of the big reasons for their success, they only had 3 turnovers in the first half. Big emphasis from Steve Kerr.
Şengün gets a touch here. Podziemski on him. Şengün goes to work. Missed the layup. Thompson is there. An incredible follow. Just scooped it in. He couldn't get position, but somehow able to get a hand on that ball. He's got 18.
Well, they've got 12 offensive rebounds and have outscored the Warriors 10-0 on second chance points.
Warriors desperate for a basket. This Rockets defense is tight though, and Van Vliet knocks it out of Butler's hands. It'll stay in the possession of the Warriors.
Şengün on the post move here just misses it. Look at Amin Thompson over the top of Podziemski and Buddy Hield. Yes, Houston is gonna challenge this on the out of bounds.
All right, so the lamp is lit, and they will challenge this. I think Ime Udoka wanted to wave that off, but it was too late. We'll have the result when we come back. You're watching the 2025 NBA playoffs presented by Google. And we got a good game going here. A little run by the Houston Rockets. So Ime Udoka called the timeout, asked for a challenge, and then you could tell Ime was not sold on the challenge from his back bench. He tried to wave it off. Officials said it was too late. They lose their challenge. It was unsuccessful, and that's it for the rest of the game. As Curry gets the ball in the inbounds, no whistle, he wanted one, and another stand by the Rockets, and this run continues for Houston. Down 7, Şengün to Thompson. Thompson has helped the Rockets come back. Offensive foul. Dillon Brooks knocks Curry to the ground.
That are down here. They had figured out the zone a little bit, but now the man-to-man here by Houston, they have struggled with.
Curry trying to turn the corner. He's been playmaker tonight. And Şengün knocks that out of bounds. Those passing lanes, they close quickly with the Houston Rockets. Long, athletic. Steve Kerr talked to us before the game. You think your shooters are open, and those gaps shut down in a hurry. Jimmy Butler, 5 to shoot now. Brooks is on him. Butler gets a step, finds Podziemski. He lets it hit and missed it. Van Vliet to Şengün. Şengün scores it.
Nope.
No, offensive foul. No basket, going the other way.
So the Warriors struggling offensively, but their defense stepping up. They take 2 charges in a row first Steph Curry and then Brandon Podziemski.
Podziemski finished third in charges in the NBA this year. He finished second in that category last year as a rookie. Great poise. Sengun on Podziemski. Couple of jab steps. Now he goes. The lefty scores. Wow, big bucket there by Podziemski. Up high over the 6'11" Sengun. Green gets away with a bad pass. All these possessions. Every ball handler tightly guarded. Shots tough to come by. Sengun inside. Lets Green fly by, and Sengun dunks it.
Well, that time they were up on the blitz on Van Vliet. He got off the ball quickly. Great ball movement by Houston.
Hard to believe Curry has just 3 points. One made basket. Podziemski, a little runner in the lane. Here's Thompson out of the pack, pushing it. Jalen Green, little hesitation and a layup. And here come the Rockets. The run is 14-4. And it's a 5-point game here with 5:37 in the third in Game 7. Downtown Houston on a Sunday night as we take a look at our Google search trends of the night. Amen Thompson's vertical is a breakout search in the U.S. right now. I was waiting for Stan Van Gundy's vertical to show up on that.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think Amen Thompson's is higher than mine.
Single digits. Amen Thompson's is 44.
44.
44. That's just 30 more than yours, Stan.
I'm just going to say, BA, I'm not sure I could get 44 off a trampoline.
He has been a star here tonight, helping the Rockets come back in the third quarter. Thompson had a 25-point game in Game 5. Had 5 steals in that game as well, and 3 blocks. So he has put up some big games in his first playoff series. Warriors lead is 5. 5.5 to go third quarter. Warriors led by 12 at the half. Then took a 15-point lead. Here's Curry now. 3 for 3, and cashes one in.
He drew 2 defenders on that and was still able to get the shot off.
Second made threes, now 2 for 7.
Looney and Kuminga in, and the Warriors back to their zone.
Adams. Now Van Vliet working off the screen. Brooks that extra pass. Tari Eason in the corner drives. Eason scores a tough basket. Strong finish by Tari Eason, the 23-year-old third-year player.
One pick and roll for Curry now with Steven Adams.
Curry avoided the backcourt. Butler to Looney. Looney from behind. That's blocked by Eason. Up ahead, Thompson. Thompson taking on 2 Warriors. Thompson.
Tries to challenge. Love the way he's able to switch that ball to his left hand. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. And finish.
Using that 44-inch vertical. Something bit him there on the way down. Immediately grabbing at that left calf. Amen Thompson used to attend Stephen Curry's camps in the Bay Area about a decade ago, and here he is competing against Stephen Curry. Thompson at 22, Curry's now 37. And he is having a night here in Game 7. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Be kind to yourself and each other and give Total Health a shot. Learn more at NBA.com/totalhealth.
Can you imagine Steph Curry? Do you think when he was at the camp and Amen Thompson was what, probably 12 years old, and he's thinking, you know,
you're going to be a problem for me in a decade.
This is the guy who's going to guard me for the entire series. So now they switch back with Green out. They're going to put Fred VanVleet on Curry and Amin Thompson on Podziemski.
Thompson's got Podziemski's attention here. He gives it up. Curry trying to get free. Eason right in his back pocket. And Curry, what a finish. Oh, my goodness. Stephen Curry with the reverse off the glass with some serious English on it. No look to the corner. Brooks, no. Long rebound to VanVleet. Eason gets him in the air and a foul. Free throws for Tari Eason.
Look at this drive.
Wow.
Literally 3 guys right there and able to get it up off the glass here. And here it's Tari Eason down low. He gets 2 guys up in the air. Mooney gets him on the way down.
Tari Eason will shoot the free throws. Just 4 for 6 from the line this entire series, and he misses his first. Gives us a chance to take a look at our FanDuel Live point spread for tonight's game. This game 7 in Houston started at 2.5, and it flipped to 3.5 with a strong half by the Warriors. Taking a 12-point lead at the half, pushing that lead to 15 as Eason misses both free throws. And now the Warriors up 7 with the ball. 3:45 left in the third quarter. Jonathan Kuminga for 3, no good. You got to think he's battling some rust. He's hardly played. Behind the back, Thompson, little sidestep, and Eason lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, Tari Eason was trying to go before he caught the ball. He ends up losing it. The 8th turnover for Houston on the night to 5 by Golden State. But Golden State struggling right now to find offense.
Warriors trying to add 2 more points off those Houston turnovers. They're at 11 right now. Podziemski, Thompson right with him. Kuminga now. And Eason gets a block. That's what he's known for. Eason hounded, spins his way out of it. Out of control, but VanVleet secures it. Jabari Smith in the corner. Guarded by Looney. Step back 3, no good. Adams up there tall for the rebound. Second chance for the Rockets. Smith makes them pay. This was a scene right at the end of the second quarter. VanVleet imploring his Rockets to wake up, and they have awakened here on their home floor. What a third quarter for the Houston Rockets coach.
Wow, 21-12 in the quarter, and this is how the Rockets have done it all year, Brian, with their defense. And so they're only shooting 41% on the night. They were 3 for 11 from 3, but defense and offensive rebounding, which they led the league in, 14 offensive rebounds, 13 second chance points. The Warriors, 0. second chance points.
Looks like we're set up for a finish here tonight in Game 7 to close out the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Curry finds Moody. Moody laces it up, missed it. Moody can't buy one. I wonder how long Steve Kerr is going to be able to ride with it. Moody's 0 for 5 now. 0 for 3 from three-point range. Rockets can tie with a 3. Draymond Green picks up Van Vliet, hunting the mismatch. Jabari Smith on Curry. Curry hanging in there. Smith takes a tough shot, missed it. And it's Moody with a rebound.
Good job of gang rebounding there by the Warriors against Steven Adams, who's much bigger than everybody.
Curry and Green, that dynamic tandem. Green trying to play make here. Buddy Hield has not scored. And there's Jimmy Butler. When you need a big bucket, Jimmy Buckets is the guy. Back to a 6-point lead as Butler knocks down a three-pointer, his second. Minute and a half to go in the third. Hield defending Van Vliet. Van Vliet, tough shot, missed it.
That's great defense by Buddy Hield, who Steve Kerr has praised. Easily the best defensive year of Buddy Hield's career.
Curry and Draymond Green once again. Eason guarding Butler. Here's Green, wide open. Green lays it in. That's the Golden State action we're familiar with.
Absolutely, the ball's getting moving.
Blocked, no, a foul. Moody did get the ball, but a lot of body as well. And that's going to be a foul as Thompson aggressively goes to the rack. And now play stops as Thompson will shoot free throws.
Well, Amen Thompson gets the ball from one end of the floor to the rim about as quickly as anybody in the league.
20 tonight for Amen Thompson. 8 boards, a steal, a block. He has been a difference maker in this Rockets comeback in the third quarter. Second round got underway today with Cleveland and Indiana. Indiana winning on the road. More second round action tomorrow right here on TNT. A doubleheader, Knicks and Celtics, 7 Eastern on TNT, and then after that Nuggets and Thunder.
Matchup of the 2 presumed MVP contenders.
Thompson with 22 points, 10 in the quarter. You know who's sitting back and enjoying all of this? The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Absolutely.
Their next opponent.
Gotten a little rest.
Butler, bounce pass, Green puts it in. Great action there once again. Warriors starting to flow offensively. They lead it by 8. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Green's first double-digit game of this playoff. Thompson missed it. Butler the rebound.
Yeah, there's a shot clock problem there.
Shot clock was way off. Steve Kerr alerted Kevin Scott right away. It took a little bit to get it organized. Crew chief Tony Brothers will go to the monitor and determine where it should be.
And the Warriors should be able to hold pretty close to the last shot here. A couple second differential maybe.
Possession secured at 29.
So probably 5-second differential.
Problem is the shot clock started at 14.
Like it had series, so he makes the adjustment. Adams, at least so far, has only played as Şengün's backup.
Looks like they're going to set it at 23, game clock 18, shot clock. And that's what they will settle on. So 5-second differential. Warriors lead it by 8, coming to the end of the third quarter. Butler working with Draymond Green here. Butler finds Podziemski. Three-pointer, no good. Adams with a rebound. Time for Thompson, down to 2, to Long, that was no good. And that'll take us to the end of the third. And here we go to the fourth. Warriors led by 15. Rockets closed it to 3. Warriors close the quarter on a 7-2 run, and it's an 8-point game. Game 7, fourth quarter. You're watching the first round, presented by NerdWallet.
Don't you come around here.
With the NBA ID Playoff Challenge, members in the U.S. and Canada who complete the challenge get a chance at a trip to the NBA Draft. Play now in the NBA app or at nba.com/ID. Amen Thompson stand a big third quarter. 10 points in the third quarter, helped the Rockets outscore the Warriors 23-19.
Well, he does it all. He does it on the defensive end. He gets on both boards. He pushes the ball in transition. He attacks the basket. One of the best young players in this league. And if he ever, Brian, adds shooting to his package, watch out, NBA.
How about that? Points created of the 23, accounted for 17 of them. Amen Thompson. Here we go to the fourth quarter in Game 7. Winner advances to round 2 to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Looney back in the game for the Warriors.
Looney, the lone bench player with the 4 starters. Şengün taking on Draymond Green. Şengün puts up a tough shot, missed it. Curry is there.
Şengün only 6 for 15 on the night.
Rockets start with Smith and Eason off the bench, joining Thompson, Şengün, and Jalen Green. Murray dancing with Smith, gets to the basket, lays it in. The seas parted for Stephen Curry. He's got 10. After a 3-point first half, Curry's starting to come alive.
Udoka very upset with the lack of help defense there by his Rockets.
Şengün short. Looney's bothering him a little bit tonight, Coach.
Looney and Draymond Green both, and they continue to play him one-on-one. He's under 50% in the series. Steph Curry gets an opening. Yeah, something happened to Thompson's leg. You talked about the calf earlier. That's what caused him to stop on this play. And Curry to get the space, and the Warriors are back up 13.
Out into the third quarter, under minutes ago, Amen Thompson goes to the basket. He's fouled. He immediately grabs at the back of his calf, his left calf. And then that sets up this play a moment ago.
Yeah, you see him just stop there. And Amen Thompson never stops. He's given Curry no space in the series there. But he pulled up. We're hoping it's just a cramp and he can get it stretched out. And that sends Ime Udoka back to his 2-big lineup.
Huge loss. Thompson has been great tonight with 22 points. But for now, he sits. Curry just gets loose for his third made 3 to give the Warriors a 13-point lead here in Game 7. Rockets need to get something going. We're early in the fourth. Here's Green, drives and is fouled. Boy, Jalen Green is spring-loaded. He's clutching at his left arm or wrist, and he'll go to the line for free throws.
It's just a great drive. Goes strong to the rim, gets hit. They could really use him to get going. We said Game 2, 38 points. Other than that, 51 points in the entire series.
And only 4 tonight. Make it 5 now. Hey, the Magic is back, and the adventure is just beginning in the Librarians. The next chapter. Don't miss the 2-night premiere event, May 25th on TNT.
So if that's on, did a fabulous job attacking in the first half.
Curry misses a 3. Here come the Rockets now. Down 11. Brooks pulls it back. Warriors do a good job getting back. Fred VanVleet. Now Sengun, extra pass. Brooks passed it up. Hield's been good on Brooks. Brooks gets a little space and hits a jumper. Tightly contested jump shot, and Brooks delivers one.
Steve Kerr immediately turns to the bench, points at Jimmy Butler. He wants Jimmy Butler against that zone. He feels like Jimmy Butler can get the ball in the middle of that zone, that they can get good shots. He's going to call timeout to make sure he gets him back in the game now.
Not going to waste another offensive possession.
That's my Batman, and I don't know who else is. We got all the villains over there, Two-Face and Joker and Riddler, everybody else in the Western Conference. But we got a lot of games to win.
Yes, sir. Batman and Robin. There's Anthony Edwards, Mr. Freeze. Jokic, perfect Joker. SGA, Two-Face. How about Dylan Brooks as the Riddler?
Yeah, well, Dylan Brooks having a second straight really difficult game tonight. First 5 games was averaging 15 points a game on 49%, 44 from 3, but then game 5, only 3 points, and tonight only 4 points.
Batman and Robin back on the floor together. Here's Podziemski, set up by Curry, missed it, Green with a rebound. Warriors lead is 11, here come the Rockets. Jalen Green finds Adams, and Draymond Green knocks it out of his hands. Send it over to Lauren Jabara.
BA, I got to talk to Steph Curry, and the one thing that he said about Jimmy Butler is he said, Jimmy is a connector. He's composed all the time, and he's helped me when I'm on the floor. He's helped our whole team because he makes everyone better. He said, we found lightning in a bottle. Now we just have to sustain it for this 7-game series.
Say Butler, Lauren, thank you. He has unlocked this Warriors team in a significant way. Sengun, patient, able to drop one in. Jimmy Butler arrived, multi-team trade, Miami to Golden State for the final 30 games. Warriors went 23-7 with the top defensive rating in the NBA. And Stanley won 17 of their last 19 games to the finish line as Steph and Curry able to put one inside. 15 now for Curry. He's got 7 in this quarter already.
And look, he's doing it all different ways. We saw the drive. There's a cut for a basket by Curry.
Fred VanVleet, tough shot from the baseline.
Long way to go in this one. Nobody's going to feel comfortable with a 7-point lead in this series with 8.5 minutes to go.
Green, playmaker, sets up Buddy Hield. That's his first points of the second half. It's a playoff career high for Hield. He set that with 22 in the first half. Now he's got 25 on 7 made threes.
Well, that's why Ime Udoka doesn't want to have his big guys on Draymond Green and blitz Curry, because Draymond Green is a great playmaker in short rolls behind the blitz.
Sengun missed it. Green defending. Sengun wanted a foul. He is furious. Curry at the controls.
Here comes the blitz. Curry able to get around Adams all the way to the rim. Steph Curry putting on a show here in the fourth quarter, just finding ways to get it done.
Amen Thompson has moved to the scorer's table. He's coming in. VanVleet, short. Curry, the rebound. Warriors lead is 12.
That's 9 rebounds for Curry.
And he's having a big scoring quarter as well.
Sorry, that's 10 rebounds for Curry.
Buddy Hield, turned away by Green. Podziemski's got Adams on him. They clear it out. Podziemski, the lefty, step back three-pointer, no good.
He didn't like that shot. He needs to attack him on the dribble and then make a play.
Action's furious here right now. And Green puts up an air ball.
Long. Now though, they're playing a man-to-man, not going zone in the two big lineups.
Butler takes on Sengun, can't get it to go. Van Vliet with a rebound. Amster's on the wheel right now. No scoring, running in place. Rockets down 12. Brooks, tough angle, is fouled. Dylan Brooks will go to the line.
I didn't like the foul there. Just make him shoot that turnaround jump shot. No reason to send him to the free throw.
Dylan Brooks will shoot the 2 free throws, just 4 points tonight, and give him 5 now. And Amen Thompson returns to the floor. Steve Kerr saying, "You sure you're all right? Don't risk it."
Absolutely. Well, Steve's a compassionate guy, always just looking out for the players.
It's quiet in this building right now. Anxious fans. First playoff series they've had at Toyota Center since the 2019 season. Rockets were in the playoffs last in 2020, but that was in the Orlando bubble. Second round loss that year. Rockets a 2 seed. Warriors coming out of the play-in as a 7 seed. And Sengun grabs Curry with 7 to shoot. Curry's been a menace in this fourth quarter. You knew he would arrive at some point.
Well, and they've made it tough on him. We've seen him have to do different things. He scored on cuts, drives, got a little space on a 3. So much more than just a 3-point shooter. 10 rebounds and 6 assists.
Thompson closes quickly on Curry. Looks like he's moving well. Pajewski for 3, no good. And Green kept it alive for Van Vliet. High flyers. Van Vliet trying to get it to single digits. Green drives, leaves it. Sengun fouled hard by Draymond Green. Speaking of villain activity, Draymond Green. 4th foul on Draymond Green. Free throws for Sengun.
Yeah, 4th foul with only 5.5 minutes to go. Certainly not the danger zone.
Green did get a tech tonight.
Well, it wouldn't be a Warriors game if Draymond Green didn't have a tech or a flip.
Sengun walked after it, missed it. Didn't feel good off his hand. Every Path Has a Price, starring Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. Don't miss the new season of the Emmy-winning original series, The Last of Us. Streamed Sunday at 9 Eastern, exclusively on Max.
I love these when we go to the free throw line and we want certain matchups on the line. Everybody's just walking back and forth right here.
This feels calculated to catch a couple of extra breaths.
Well,
and the tension of a Game 7.
Not a bad idea. You get a rest when you can in games this intense. Guys putting in big minutes tonight.
Coach has said the Rockets, leading up to this game and the previous 2 games, had taken Draymond out of the offense, mostly all series. Stayed attached to Curry as well. Been a little bit different here tonight in Game 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're back into the matchups they want, though, with only 1 big in the game. Fred VanVleet on Draymond Green.
Rockets have missed 6 free throws. They are still down 10. And Butler, one of the great closers in the playoffs, goes to work, sets up Draymond Green, missed it. VanVleet moves it. Curry slows it down. Nice play by Curry to stop the break.
Over his time in the league, Steph Curry has taken great pride in improving his defense.
Double team comes. Brooks steps into one, off one leg, scores. Dylan Brooks. It was awkward, but it goes. And it's back to single digits now. Brooks has 8. Warriors lead is 8. Curry is fouled. He got in the air. Everybody was covered.
Everybody just left him and took away passes. He was able to knock that in. That's a difficult shot.
4:32 remaining in Game 7. Golden State with the ball and an 8-point lead.
Hey, this shot clock's getting down on every possession for the Warriors.
Draymond Green misses a 3. Warriors have gone over 3 minutes scoreless.
And just getting bad shots. It's not like they're getting good looks and missing. They're running that shot clock down and getting methods good.
Sengun met at the rim, denied. Buddy Hield. He scored big time tonight, but he's had some great defensive stands as well. Brooks trying to draw a foul. Butler goes to the basket. Butler lays it in. Back to a 10-point Golden State lead.
Yeah, I don't know about Brooks trying to flop there to get a call. Not the time to do that.
16 for Jimmy Butler. Van Vliet and Hield with the deflection. Hield on the run. And Van Vliet pushes Jimmy Butler. Buddy Hield had a breakaway layup. And that certainly could be a take foul as well. They're going to take a look at this. That could be upgraded to a flagrant as well. Let's see how they rule this one.
Starts with the great defense by Buddy Hield.
Hield not only got the deflection, then got the save. And Van Vliet with the push in the back. Jimmy Butler was running a little right guard right there to prevent Van Vliet from getting to the ball.
Absolutely running some interference there. But Buddy Hield's defense, you mentioned it. Defense there, and then on this steal, he gets the deflection. Buddy Hield, certainly, if we had to stop it right here and give the MVP award, it would have to go to Buddy Hield today.
25 points, 7 made threes, excellent defense. And the 3 officials coming together here, veteran officiating crew. Tony Brothers, the crew chief in his 31st year, James Williams, Kevin Scott, and there's a lot to pour through here because Hield had a breakaway layup prior to that call, so there's going to have to be some adjudication in the Warriors' favor here. Rockets with their 10th turnover. Stan mentioned at the outset the team
The
refused.
ruling on the floor is a common foul on Van Vliet. We're looking at the play to see if it's potentially flagrant.
There's the message from Tony Brothers.
This is not a flagrant foul. You might have been able to, yeah, I mean, to me, Fred Van Vliet, Jimmy Butler runs an interference on him. He gives him a little bit of a push. We've gone a little too far if we're going to call that a flagrant.
Well, a little dramatic pause here in Game 7. Hard to believe there's just 3:33 remaining in this fourth quarter, Coach, and it is an 84-74 game right now. It has been a low-scoring grinder of a game. The Rockets shooting just 38% from the field, just 21% from 3.
After review, the foul on Van Vliet has been changed to a clear path foul. Butler will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, plus they will have possession of the ball.
There you go. It was either going to be a take foul, a flagrant, or a clear path. And the clear path means 2 shots and the ball for Golden State.
Absolutely, and this is big right here. Butler will go up and knock down 2. They get the ball back. They haven't really had a good offensive possession, so to be able to go to the line off of their defense, really helpful to the Warriors right here because they are struggling in their half-court offense.
Warriors have come in here to Toyota Center and silenced this crowd on the road in a Game 7.
Yeah, this is about as quiet an arena for a Game 7, really, since, what, halfway through the second quarter. This has not been a tough place for Golden State to play.
Butler knocks down both technical foul shots. And now the Warriors will get the ball up 12 and 3:33 away from advancing to the second round, where the Timberwolves await. Notice Curry is out of the play. They played. Sets a screen for Butler. Jalen Green on him. Butler going to work, and Jimmy Butler delivers a huge bucket. That's time. A lot of peace to look out there and see Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry and Draymond Green.
These three guys who've had a lot of success.
Şengün, and now Curry with a steal.
Well, Curry he's found other ways to help his team, and now he's started to score in the fourth. But early on, 9 rebounds now. They took one away, a couple of steals.
This is where the daggers come out too. Stephen Curry rips the cords.
He was debating, I think, right there to do the sleeper there.
One more possession. A miss. Şengün on the ground. Ball is loose, and Curry comes away with it. The Warriors sniffing it now. Curry, Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield for 3. Mike Dunleavy has seen his team go on a 12-0 run. A quick burst. 2:25 remaining, and the Warriors' lead is 20. Oh, vintage Curry. And to add to his brilliant night, Buddy Hield with his 8th three-pointer, 28 points, and there you go, Stan.
He waited for Buddy Hield to shoot it. Didn't do it on his own shot, and Podziemski gets an assist to Şengün right there. Just throws it to him for a layup.
What a finishing kick by the Golden State Warriors. Rockets had got it within 3 after they were down 15 early in the third. It's been all Golden State since. Under 2 minutes to go. Butler guarded by Brooks. Kick it to Draymond Green. And Thompson comes out of the pack. Three-pointer's got to fly. Fans are headed to the exits as Şengün hits a three-pointer.
That's only their 4th one of the night, though. The Warriors have outscored them by 39 points from the three-point line. A lot to overcome.
The 12th meeting of the year between these two teams, and the Warriors are poised to sit. Go to the second round. I thought he was going to get more than that. It's been real, Draymond.
Well, Steph Curry saving his best for the end as usual. An assist to Podziemski. Does it defensively, taking a charge. An incredible finish on a drive. Thompson comes up lane, he knocks down a 3. 12 points in the fourth quarter after only 8 in the first 3 quarters.
20 points for Curry, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And Curry at the controls. Fighting through it, and a double dribble. That'll be a Warriors turnover, but a lot of clock ticks off. The Warriors just trying to get to the finish line here with 1:18 remaining. In a game 7 that got tight.
They're thinking about a challenge, but I don't think there's anything they can challenge there.
Can't challenge and travel. Rockets down 15. Thompson keeps adding to his terrific game 7. He'll build on this. 7-0 Rockets run. But it's 94-81. Too little, too late for Houston as Draymond Green, an exclamation point. All right, Stan, let's put a bow on the Rockets here. This was the year where they won 52 games. They grabbed a #2 seed as Van Vliet hits a 3. They won 41 games last year. The year prior, just 22 wins. They were 22-60. Ime Udoka shows up last season now in his second season. This was a team that earned the 2 seed. They feel like they're going to be around for a while, but this has got to be a crusher to go out in the first round.
Well, it is, but this will really benefit them, particularly their young guys, to have gone through this series, a 7-game series against an experienced team. They will learn a lot from this. You look at a guy like Jalen Green, who struggled other than one game.
Nation games, 1, 5, and 6. Warriors won game 1 and then had the 2 home wins in 3 and 4, and now they're going to get a game 7 victory. Steve Kerr is going to improve to 4-1 in game 7s. And for the 3rd time in playoff history, we're going to have a 6 seed against a 7 seed.
Can you imagine Minnesota? You're coming down the season, Brian. We had them the last week at Memphis, and they're just hoping to avoid the play-in Memphis.
Yeah.
They never thought we're going to be in the 2nd round and have home court.
Curry shimmies, flexes. If there's one team that can handle the road, it is the Warriors.
Draymond Green wants him to challenge with 38 seconds to go. Steve Kerr is waving his team off of the challenge.
Brooks misses a 3. Final 30 seconds. The Golden State Warriors. They're going to win yet another series against the Rockets. They've met 4 times in a 5-year span from 2015 to 19. Went 4-0. Buddy Hield, why not? Buddy Hield's got 33.
I couldn't be happier for a guy who I think just put in an incredible amount of effort all year on the defensive end of the floor, and to come and have this huge game in a game 7.
Buddy Hield with that 3-pointer, his 9th, just ties an NBA record in a game 7 in the playoffs for the most 3-pointers in a game. Last time out, we come back. And a victory lap for the Golden State Warriors. Performance, Buddy Hield, 33 points in a game 7. 9 made 3-pointers. And Hield ties an NBA record for the most made 3s in a game 7. Dante DiVincenzo hit 9 against Indiana a year ago. And Steve Kerr is moving on once again from the play-in to the playoffs, and into the 2nd round go the Golden State Warriors. A hard-fought 7 games, but the Warriors, with all that championship pedigree, go on the road and beat the Rockets and eliminate the Rockets. The Warriors are moving on.
Just a great performance, and especially at the defensive end. The 2nd time here on their home floor in Houston that the Rockets were held under 90 points. Outstanding Golden State defense.
Warriors put up 103 points. 3 of those points came from their bench. It was only 3 points from Kevon Looney. All of the other scoring coming from the starters, with Hield leading the way with 33. Game 1 Tuesday, Warriors Timberwolves will be at 9:30 Eastern on Tuesday. We'll have it for you, and our crew is headed there. And we look forward to getting to the Target Center. Jimmy Butler going back to his old haunts in Minnesota, and you know Wolves fans are going to have it for him. Curry and the Warriors moving on once again. Ime Udoka and the Rockets into the line.
You see all the hugging and stuff, but I guarantee you, Amin Thompson, and not just tonight, he earned great respect from these Warrior veterans in this series.
Rockets have a great thing going. They've got those 5 players in the rotation. Next year, they'll all be 24 or younger, experiencing their first playoff series. But it is the experience of the Warriors who advance. And Buddy Hield is going to go down in Warriors Game 7 lore tonight, Coach.
You aren't kidding. This will be the most memorable game of Buddy Hield's career, at least to date. And Buddy's had a lot of games where he's made shots, but to make 9 threes in a Game 7 and to pick up the Warriors in a half where Steph Curry only gets 1 bucket and give them the lead at halftime, fantastic.
Let's hear from Stephen Curry, Lauren Jabara.
Thanks so much, BA. Appreciate it. Steph, you said after Game 6, win in this league, you have to hard.
We had 48 minutes to, dig deep. Everybody contribute. Our defense was the holding them under 90 after how the last 2 games gone. That was it. Buddy Hield, unbelievable. Jimmy, some big time shots. Draymond playing way bigger than the size. Everybody stepped up. It was great to see.
It really was great to see. You talked about Jimmy Butler and just the belief that he brought to this team. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. If you would have known this back in February, that you'd be here now moving on to the second round, would you have believed it? And what did Jimmy bring to this team?
That's why we're here. I mean, we were, 10th place at one point in February, and finished the year with a sense of urgency on the run to even get it to the play-in to give ourselves a chance. So for us to build chemistry on the fly, build trust on the fly, and perform like we did in a Game 7 like this, it means the world. So mission accomplished, step 1. We got an incredibly tough Minnesota team waiting, so excited for the challenge.
Yeah, you guys haven't played Minnesota with Jimmy on this roster. I know you're going to soak it in, enjoy it tonight, but early expectations now for the game in 2 days.
My mind is fried right now. I know what Ant is, obviously Rudy in his 2020 game. We haven't seen him in a long time. I just know they're going to bring the best out of us. It's going to be a challenge starting on the road again, so thankfully we got life. That's all we wanted.
Steph, congratulations on the win. We'll see you Tuesday in Minnesota.
I appreciate it. Shout out to my aunt, her PhD. Let's go!
Doctor. Well, Stephen Curry, 22 points tonight, 10 rebounds. We'll send it back to our guys in the studio. Buddy Hield coming this way. You'll hear from him on Inside the NBA, presented by Kia. The Golden State Warriors prevail, the 7th seed advancing to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 2. Producer Jeff Randolph, director Matt Lipp. Thanks to our terrific TNT crew here in Houston. For Stan Van Gundy, Lauren Jabara, and the rest of our crew, Brian Anderson saying good night from H-Town. The Eastern Conference Finals right here on NBA TV and NBA on TNT.
В ночи, когда уснет тревога и город скроется во мгле, поскольку музыки у Бога, какие звуки на земле. Что? Моя жизнь, если розы твои цветут и мне горят. Что? Человеческие слезы, когда румянится закат. Прими, владычица вселенной, сквозь кровь, сквозь муки, сквозь гроба, последней страсти кубок пенный. Пустоты пропадешь головой, в тихий дом войдешь, не стучас, обнимет рукой, облетит косой, и статная скажет: здравствуй, князь. Вот здесь у меня куст белых роз, вот здесь вчера плавили, кровилась. Где был, пропадал, что за весть принес. Кто любит, не любит, кто гонит нас. Как бывало, забудешь, что дни идут. Как бывало, простишь, кто год и зол. И смотришь, тучи вдали встают, и слушаешь песни далеких сел. Заплачет сердце по чужой стороне. Jamila, gida gida, yeah. Oh, heaven knows, men know that I love you so much, Jamila. Ooh, yes I do. You left my world and left me so cold. Now I'm wondering how I'm gonna get you back. Hey, nothing about to make it right. Jamila ya mun. Na dawo gida ban ga Jamila ba. Na dawo gida ban ji muryanta ba. Hey, wayo, a neman mun Jamila.